Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sneak peek number 3 for June's update in Marvel Future Fight is actually here, and this one is coming as a surprise to me because for the last 2 or 3 months, in terms of the main update, generally what they've been doing is giving a sneak peek 1 and 2 on Wednesday and Thursday, and then they'll skip Friday and Saturday, give us a sneak peek on Sunday, they skip Monday, and then Tuesday morning, in the wee hours of the morning, they'll drop the patch notes, and then Wednesday morning we get the update. However, this time around they decided to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday sneak peeks, which means there's possibly more coming on Sunday. So this is really spicy. And in addition to that, the sneak peek that I thought we were going to get, which would have disappointed me, is actually not the one we got. Instead, we got a sneak peek for a character that I absolutely love, and one that deserves an upgrade because they've been in the game for quite some time and they've never gotten a uniform. So these are the uniforms that I welcome. Anyways, I've been rambling. Let's take a look at it. So this is the message here from CM Fragment. It goes, "This superhero has risen from the wreckage to claim his vengeance." And we have this trailer right here, which is absolutely amazing. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's my boy, ROBBIE Reyes in the building. Brand new whip, brand new uniform, and in addition to that, it looks like my man is gonna be getting some tier 3 or some tier 4 action. So check this out. If you look at the front of the car here, right, you can easily see what resembles a T. Well, it depends on how you look at it, right? This is the top of the T. The gap in the middle here could be the leg. However, I might be reaching, but if you take a close look right here at about 12 seconds into this video, you'll notice that they actually give us a 4. And again, I think this is the sneak peek team trolling us, but come on guys, does this not look like a 4 to you? Or am I tripping? Am I going insane? Right here, this could be the T, right? This could be the T. The 3 holes for the exhaust could be tier 3, or it could be the 3 bars in front of ROBBIE Reyes that signifies the tier 3. But what is the purpose of that 4 that pops up right there in the flame? I don't know. Like, is he gonna go from tier 2 to tier 4? Obviously not, right? But like, yeah, at this point I'm convinced that the devs, or not the devs, but the sneak peek team, they're running along with the meme, and they've decided, yeah, we're just gonna play along with this tier 4 thing that y'all been talking about on social media. So again, I don't think the tier 4 thing is happening. Like I said in my very first video on Iron Man, I say it's probably way too soon. I think we're like at least a year and a half away from the possibility of a tier 4 existing in Marvel Future Fight. But I guess the sneak peek team is gonna run with it, and they're just gonna keep dropping 4s in all of these sneak peeks in order to troll us. I think it's fun, it's interesting, but if tier 4 does happen, I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed off, so I hope that's not the case. Either way, I'm still excited to see what ROBBIE Reyes is going to get, whether it's an awakened skill or a tier 3 or a tier 4 even. I'm excited because he's never gotten a uniform, so it'll be interesting to see how they buff him this time around. So the remainder of the message here reads, "Rise with this superhero against the dregs," interesting word, "dregs of villainy in Marvel Future Fight." And then they say thank you, which means there is more. Generally, when this is the final sneak peek, they'll say look forward to more in the patch details to come. Nothing here says that, which means we're probably going to be getting at least one more sneak peek before the patch notes, which is really cool. So look forward to a sneak peek Sunday, because generally they don't drop sneak peeks on Saturdays. It's very rare they drop a sneak peek on a Saturday. Now when it comes to ROBBIE Reyes, there's a lot they can do to make him better, and I am excited to see which approach they take, because the kit for the character is pretty bare bones. Well, it's not as bad as like base kit Ghost Rider. ROBBIE Reyes, when he came out, was the best Ghost Rider in the game because of the fact that he had the ability to chain multiple iframes together. As you can see, his 3rd is an iframe, his 5th is an iframe, and his 4th is a partial iframe as well. It's also really cool to see him move around in the car and stuff. Really cool. I hope they keep the car as a part of his kit. He does lack damage though. He was great for Shadowland when he first came out, but I really didn't get much out of him in World Boss. So this time around, I'm hoping they do that. But speaking of World Boss, he's not going to have the potential to keep up with a lot of other characters in the game because he doesn't have very many tags, very many useful tags, right? He has Flame, which I don't believe is required for any of the World Boss Legend stages currently, and then he has Fast Movement, which is also, I believe, not required for any of the stages that we can currently do, unless it's required in the 80s, which I doubt he will be strong enough to do in the 80s. I don't remember the requirements for stage 80 plus off the top of my head, but I can tell you right now that he's probably not going to be doing more than stage 20 for a lot of people, because we go up here, let's see. Right now I'm at 59. So this is male villain. Obviously he can't do that. He can't do speed hero either. He can't do blast. He can't do villain. So realistically, he's gonna get locked out pretty early, all the way down to like 24 is where you're gonna be able to use Robbie Reyes, which kind of sucks unless they give him some new tags. And then over here against Ultron, I guess you could probably use him up until 19, which is pretty good. But then against Null, I'm up at 50. And he's not going to be able to do a mutant. He's not going to be able to do anything in the 40s. Unfortunately, he doesn't have agility. He actually has fast movement, and fast movement is different than agility for some reason. I think they should combine fast movement and agility into one. But yeah, it kind of sucks that even if he becomes really, really powerful, the highest stage you're going to be able to do with him at any point in time, well, I guess I shouldn't say at any point in time. Obviously, if we get new bosses, but it looks like 24 against Mephisto, 24 against Null, and 19 against Ultron is the highest he's going to be doing for a majority of people, unless they give him new tags and he becomes insanely powerful to the point where he can do stage 60 plus in World Boss Legend, or in the 40s against Ultron. I believe one of those stages require like a universal hero. I might be misremembering because it's been a while since I've looked at Ultron's requirement, because to push past 25 you need brilliance, or you need really, really, really powerful villains, and I believe Dr. Doom and maybe Supergiant are the only ones you can really use to push past that. But the point is, he's going to be restricted because of his lack of tags. So depending on how strong they make him, he might not be worth building for a lot of people if you're pushing World Boss Legend. But before you disregard him, remember one thing, okay? If there was a character that could actually replace Ghost Rider for squad battle, it would be Robbie Reyes, because of the fact that the support system that's available to Ghost Rider is Big Nova, but more specifically, whereas this guy right here, Ghost Panther. Right, Ghost Panther giving that 50% fire damage plus the extra damage to supervillains is really, really clutch, and it's the reason why Ghost Rider is the best character for this particular category. Robbie Reyes is here as well. So if Robbie Reyes becomes stronger than the OG Ghost Rider, then you could use him with a team like this, and that would definitely make him worth building. And because of that, you might want to consider pulling some of your Odins or halting your progress on Ghost Rider if you don't currently have him built really well. As you can see, I have 20 Odin's Blessings on my Ghost Rider. He is maxed out all the way, right? But I'm actually thinking that before this Odin's Blessing discount event ends, I might actually take off all 20 of these Odins and do a side-by-side comparison between Ghost Rider and Robbie Reyes when he gets his tier 3 or his awakened skill or whatever with his new uniform, to see which one is going to be stronger for squad battle, because I think that's where you're going to get the most value out of Robbie Reyes. However, he's going to need a couple things if he's going to hope to keep up with Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider is a pretty big deal because of this 120% damage increase that he gets to villains. And when you couple that with something like this, that gives him an extra 250%, even though it's only for 3 seconds and it's on a 50-second cooldown when your cooldown is maxed out. It's still a pretty big deal. So every 15 seconds, Ghost Rider is going to have 370% extra damage to villains, not counting the support system that's available to him. That's a pretty big deal. It's going to be a tall task for Robbie Reyes to eclipse Ghost Rider, but it's something you might want to consider if you're currently investing in Ghost Rider, right? However, one flaw that Ghost Rider has that Robbie Reyes shares that I'd like to see them fix is the fact that for Ghost Rider, in his entire kit, he has no extra crit rate, no extra crit damage, none of that, and nothing on his uniform as well. So it's really, really difficult to max out all of Ghost Rider stats, because obviously if you're pushing for the top rank in squad battle, you want to give him as much crit rate as possible. You want to give him as much crit damage as possible. And if you're using him with a CTP of Rage, then obviously you want to max out his dodge as well, so that your CTP activates as often and reliably as possible. The one advantage that Robbie Reyes has over Ghost Rider, however, is the fact that he actually has guaranteed critical rate. Now, here's the thing, because Rage cannot be reforged and Judgment can, obviously a Mighty or a Brilliant Judgment would be better for Ghost Rider, and then you wouldn't be reliant on the critical rate buff. However, if you're going to use Robbie Reyes or Ghost Rider with a Rage, then obviously having guaranteed critical rate coming from the all-new Ghost Rider passive here for Robbie Reyes gives him an edge. So hopefully he keeps this, and we give him, I don't know, I think he needs some damage accumulation based on damage dealt that he's able to keep up all the time, maybe 1 or 1.5%. He's also going to need a crit rate buff and maybe some crit damage in his kit as well, so that he doesn't have the same flaws as the OG Ghost Rider. Additionally, I would like to see some healing in his kit, because the OG Ghost Rider doesn't have any healing, and that's kind of what cripples him for World Boss Legend content. So hopefully they do that. But even if they do give him the heal, like I showed you guys previously, he cannot really go that high because the restrictions don't allow him to. So I think that the best shot they have of making Robbie Reyes a success for a decent amount of the player base is to make him as strong as possible, so that people can, you know, gravitate to him for squad battle, because otherwise some people might just skip over him. But either way, I'm gonna build him. I think Robbie Reyes is a really cool character, and when he first came out, I absolutely loved playing with him. Even though he's a universal character, he feels more like a speed character because of how he moves around. If you compare his playstyle to some of the other universal characters, he's like, you know, he feels more like a speed character. So I'm hoping to see him get a massive buff, because I haven't been able to play with this guy for a long time. It's his first uniform, so more than likely it's going to be a good one. My guess it's going to be an all new, all different, since this one was the Marvel Now. But seeing as though Robbie Reyes is getting something, I wonder if the next sneak peek could be something along the lines of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It would be nice if Phil Coulson got like a Transcendence or something. That would be dope, right? But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Leave me your thoughts. I think it would be cool if Robbie Reyes became the new squad battle meta, but if they don't want to replace OG Ghost Rider, listen, I'll be okay with that too, because I don't really want to take off all those Odins on my Ghost Rider. But if I have to, I will, because, you know, top 3 in squad battle, I'll be pushing for that weekly. It would be dope if they didn't make him a squad battle meta character, if they made him a PvP character. Because I can't remember a time when Ghost Rider's ever been good enough to do PvP. I think when he first came out, we tried him in PvP, and he could one-shot with his 3rd skill because of that 250% damage buff, but he just didn't live long enough. So if they were gonna not make him top meta for squad battle, it would be dope if we got a PvP Ghost Rider. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end it here. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, guys. Either way, his leadership would be pretty useful for Null, especially if they add some attack to it, kind of like how Green Goblin for his leadership gives you ignore, dodge, and all attack.